Okay, this video is on cones and spheres. So we're going to start with cones. Step 1 is to draw your two diagonal lines that make your point. So I'm going to draw a point, almost the two parts to a triangle. So I'm going to draw those two lines. And then I'm going to draw half an oval at the bottom because the cone is curved. It's not a triangle. It's not straight. It's got a curve at the bottom. And then I'm going to shape. So to shade, this one I'm going to do hatching and cross hatching. I'm going to do some spread out lines for light, leave a white spot, and my lines are going to follow the curve of the bottom of the cone. So it's going to go all the way across there for the light. As you can see that, hopefully. There it goes. Okay. Then I'm going to go medium. And then I'm going to go dark, so the lines are going to get closer still. Bring that medium out a little bit further. Then I'm going to cross hatch. Remember, the dark doesn't go at the very end, though. Cross hatching doesn't go at the very end because I have the reflective light. And then my shadow, I'm going to come off of here. It's going to come to a point out here. So I'm going to do cross hatching for the shadow. Make those lines real close to each other so it almost looks solid. And you can do scumble, you can do the side of the pencil for cones, whatever works for you. So that's a cone. Now we're going to move on to spheres. Spheres are basically start out as circles. So step 1 is to draw a circle. Now, try not to use a compass to draw a circle. And don't try and draw your circle on one solid line. So I'm going to do short little curves, and I'm going to turn my paper as I go. So I got to make the same curve and try to keep my pinky finger in the middle as I turn it. Now if it doesn't match up exactly, I can adjust. See, I have that line that came in right here. I'm not going to erase that. I'm just going to leave it. You should be drawing light enough that it doesn't show up later on when you shade. Okay, so now I'm going to do the side of my pencil. Light's coming from the above left. So I'm going to start with my 4H. Find it here. There it is. Okay, so I have my 4H. I'm going to kind of cover the whole thing with my 4H to start with, just to give it a base. I'm going to turn my paper to get a little bit of a neater edge. I can use my blending stump and blend that together a little bit. Kind of smooth it off if I want it to all be fairly even. Okay. Then, since my light's coming from the left, I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to erase kind of where the highlight would be. It's going to be over here on the left side, not all the way to the end, but it's going to be over here on the left. As soon as it picks up, we'll be able to see that a little bit. You can kind of see that. I just kind of erased right here, almost a crescent moon shape, not all the way to the edge though. Okay, now that was my 4H, so then I'm going to go to my 2H next. I'm going to leave the 4H around the white space, and I'm going to go over the rest of it with the 2H. Then my HB goes next, and I just keep moving it, making it a smaller section as I go here, as I'm building the layers. Turn it on its edge because it's getting a little bit messy over there. I want to clean that up a little bit. And then 2B. 4B. And then 6B doesn't go on the very edge. 6B goes not quite on the edge, but it's going to go over towards the right side because my light's coming from the left. And I can always take the blending stump and blend those if I want, but I think on this one I'm going to leave it alone. So that was 4H, white, 4H, 2H, HB, 2B, 4B, 6B, back to 4B. So there's my sphere, but I'm not done yet because I don't have a shadow yet. So I need my 6B for my shadow, and it's going to be kind of an oval shape, part of an oval shape. So I'll lay it on its side and color that in. So there's my first sphere. And we're going to do one in hatching and cross hatching. So again, I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to draw my circle, keep it light, turn the paper, do short little circle curves, keep turning the paper. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle, but you'll get a pretty good shape of a circle. Remember, a circle is a shape, the sphere is the form. Okay, the light's still coming from the above left, so I'm going to do, now this is where it gets a little confusing. The lines have to follow the curve. So it's going to go almost straight in the middle, and then it's going to curve up above it, and it's going to curve down below it. So it's almost straight in the middle. I'm going to leave some white spots. It's going to curve up above that middle line, And it's going to curve down below that middle line. Then I'm going to go medium. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. Below that middle line, I start curving the other way. I'm going to go dark. I'm going to turn my paper so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. I'll zoom in so you can see it a little better. So those lines are almost on top of each other there. Some of them are, but that's fine. Now I need to do my cross hatching so that it's not at the very end. There's your sphere without the shadow. Now I need to do the shadow. So a shadow off of a sphere is going to be a little bit shorter than a shadow off of a cylinder. It's going to be longer because it's tall. The cylinder is going to be taller usually. It also depends on where the sun is hitting or the light's hitting, the angle. This is going to be dark, so I need cross hatching for this. So the lines need to be as close as possible. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to go the other way and cross hatch. Again, try to get some more lines in there to darken it up a little bit. There is a sphere in hatching and cross hatching. Scumble would be the same idea. You just do circles instead of lines. Fewer circles, leave it white. Few circles, and keep gradually building your circles up.